there! Welcome to Doll Motion! It's almost Christmas! And to celebrate this holiday, I'm going to make a custom Krampus doll. For those who don't know who Krampus is, in some parts of Europe, like small villages in Austria, Slovenia and Italy, Santa Claus or Sinterklaas don't have his usual cute helping elves with him, but a big hairy goat-like creature. Well, it's kinda strange, but also kinda cool. They even made a movie about it in 2015. With some inspiration from the movie and its folklore, I made some small drawings. Let's begin, because this is going to be a long episode. For this custom, I'm going to use this monster high cloth doll. He already has claws, something I need because Krampus means claws in Old German. Still, I'm going to modify this doll a lot. So I could have used almost every monster high male doll. Speaking of modifying, I'm going to mark all the parts I'm going to cut off. But first, I'm going to take off his head. I take a mug with warm hot water and dunk the doll in it. I let it soak for a while. The vinyl will get soft. This way I can easily take off his head without breaking his neck back. Now that his head is removed, I can clean off his hair by cutting it short. Great! Now I can go in with tweezers and scrape the glue from the inside. I pull all the remaining hairs and glue through his neck hole. With acetone, I wipe off all the flocked hair and factory paint and give it a warm soapy wash after. His body I saw in pieces with a saw. It was quite easy actually. I'm going to modify this head a lot, so it's better for me to put back his head on a peg. This way I won't break his head later. Although Krampus have the same ears, they are in the wrong position, so I have to cut them off. I'm going to give Krampus an open jaw by cutting open his vinyl mouth and jaw. To keep his face in this position, I stuff a piece of cardboard in his head. To secure it, I fill up the jaw using a hot glue gun. Time to assemble his body. For this, I will be using something new. This is friendly foam, also known as modeling plastic or craft plastic. You just need hot water and place the plastic grains in it. They will get translucent. Oh, there goes my lens. When they are all translucent, you can knead it to a desired shape. I found a great material to construct his body. It dries after a few minutes, so you need to be quick. Here we see the full modification I did to his body. I gave him long arms, goat-like legs, hooves and a bent back. It's quite strong, maybe even stronger than epoxy clay. I'm also going to give him a tail and a bony spine. First I need to make some holes with a needle cutter. With a needle tool I punch in some holes and plug in some wire. These will be his new ears. I secure them from the inside. He's of course also going to get his famous Krampus horns. I attach the wire to his head with a hot glue gun. To make the tail, I cover a wire with bandage tape for a better fit. And secure them to the body with a 2-part epoxy glue. I let them dry for a few minutes. Time for epoxy clay. With tools and water I sculpt his bony back, tail, his horns and ears. And here he is. Well, that was just his body, now for his face. I want him to have strong eyebrows and a full set of sharp teeth. Although I like the original claws, they need to be longer. When the epoxy clay is dry, it's time to give his body an even color. I'll be using pen pastel. I saw Hexian and Seasonal Frostbite use it. It worked so well for them, so I had to see it for myself. Wow, this stuff does miracles. It took me about 2 layers to get this color. Something that would take 14 layers normally with regular pastels. To seal in the doll, I sprayed the doll with Mr. Superclear. I'm going to paint in some parts with acrylic paints, like his hoofs, horns and mouth. It's finally time for the face-up. After another spray with Mr. Superclear, I begin with pastel powders, to make his teeth less white and to give him some highlights. Then I'm going straight for the acrylic paints. First I fill in the whites. And give him some lip correction. And start painting in the red in his eyes. He'll be getting 2 different colored eyes. One yellow and one black. I used a wet on wet technique to get a gradient in his eye. A little bit more depth between his teeth and a cute black nose. To seal the face up, I sprayed the doll a few times with Mr. Superclear. Whoa, it's actually snowing. If that isn't going to get you in the Christmas spirit. For some shine in his eyes and teeth, I'll use a high gloss varnish. Krampus still needs some fur. I just cut off a piece, use a clear drying glue and stick the fur to it. It's best to work from bottom to top to get a streamline of hairs. Just layer top on top. When his white knee socks are done, I continue with a darker color fur. Be careful to not glue the joints. Just glue the fur above it. I almost made him the same way as my stop motion puppet Moose Lord. You can find the stop motion short on my channel. For his beard and head hair, I will be using again the lighter color fur. For his tail, I'm going to make flock. Just take a piece of fur and cut it down in teeny tiny pieces. And then glue the tail and put on the flock. To finish the tail, I glue on long fur on the tip. I also use the same fur for his eyebrows. After the glue is dry, I make sure there are no loose hairs by brushing him with an old toothbrush. I think he looks too neat for a Krampus, so I got more pastels and made him, well, slightly dirty. Now for his outfit. Although Krampus usually don't wear his Santa outfit, I was inspired to make him more like the film version. You can see him as an alternative Santa Claus. I made a simple coat with some holes for his horns and tail. Now I only need to attach some white fake fur. The coat is fully posable because I sew a wire in the coat. See my Pokemon Red video for a tutorial on wiring. Again, I make his coat filthy with pastels. To finish his outfit, he needs some chains and bells. Something all Krampus have. And last but not least, I sew in a bag with presents.
Who is that? And what is he doing?
Well, that's certainly not Santa. I'll get a broom to chase him away.
But why? He's giving us presents.
Hey, if there's someone in your house who you don't expect, you as a citizen have the right to remove someone from it. Is that a Nintendo Switch?
Ah.
Wow, that's quite a transformation. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas special. I really think my Krampus is a sweetheart and a great doll to display with Christmas. Although he maybe looks somewhat creepy. I wish you all een happy holiday. Or how we say it in Dutch. Ik wens jullie allemaal fijne feestdagen. Well, like if you liked it and sub if you loved it. See you in the next video. Bye!